In the heart of Lagos, a city that never sleeps, a young man named Chidi held a dream just as restless as the streets around him. He wanted to be an architect, not just any architect, but one whose designs would shape the skyline and tell stories for generations to come. His heart, however, was already a masterpiece designed by another, Amaka. Their love was a sanctuary, a quiet garden in the bustling metropolis of his life. From the very beginning, their connection was electric. They shared stolen glances across crowded rooms, long walks along the beach as the sun dipped below the horizon, and dreams whispered into the humid night air. Amaka wasn't just his girlfriend. She was his confidant, his biggest cheerleader. She saw the spark in his eyes when he talked about blueprints and building materials, and she believed in his vision even when he struggled to see it himself. Chidi poured every ounce of his being into his work. His days were a blur of drafting tables, site visits under the scorching Nigerian sun, and endless cups of coffee to fuel late-night study sessions. He was chasing a scholarship, a golden ticket to a prestigious university abroad that would launch his career into the stratosphere. The pressure was immense, a constant weight on his shoulders. At first, Amaka was his anchor in this storm. She'd bring him food when he forgot to eat, her laughter a welcome distraction from the stress. But slowly, cracks began to appear. A missed anniversary dinner, a phone call cut short because of a deadline, a weekend getaway cancelled for a last-minute project revision. Each sacrifice for his career felt like a small chip taken from the foundation of their relationship. The silence between them started to grow louder than the city traffic. He'd come home, exhausted, to find Amaka waiting, her smile not quite reaching her eyes. The question hung unspoken in the air. Is there still room for me in your world? Chidi saw the hurt he was causing, and it tore him apart. How could the thing he was working so hard for be the very thing that was pushing away the person he loved most? One evening, it all came to a head. He had just received a rejection letter for a major design competition he'd pinned all his hopes on. It was a crushing blow. He walked aimlessly through the vibrant Lagos streets, the sounds of life and laughter feeling like a mockery of his own failure. He felt like a fraud, his grand dreams nothing more than childish fantasies. He found himself standing outside Amaka's apartment, the rejection letter crumpled in his hand. He was ready to give it all up. The late nights, the stress, the endless pursuit of something that felt increasingly out of reach. He would choose her. He would quit architecture and find a simple, steady job. Anything to bring back the light in her eyes, to rebuild what they had lost. He knocked, his heart pounding. When she opened the door, the look on her face was one of deep concern. He didn't have to say a word. He just broke down, the weight of his failure and his guilt finally spilling over. He confessed everything, his fears, his doubts, his willingness to abandon his dream for her. Amaka listened patiently, her hand gently resting on his back. When he finished, she didn't say, "I told you so," or "It's okay, you don't have to do this." Instead, she looked him straight in the eyes, her own welling up with tears. "Chidi," she said, her voice soft but firm, "I fell in love with a dreamer. I fell in love with the man who wants to build cities. Don't you dare give up on that man for me," she continued. "I miss you, yes, but I don't want a version of you that has given up on himself. I want the brilliant, passionate, sometimes frustratingly driven architect I know you are. We just need to find our balance. Together." In that moment, everything clicked. Chidi realized his mistake wasn't in chasing his dream, but in thinking he had to do it alone. He had seen their lives as two separate paths, forcing him to choose one over the other. But Amaka was showing him they could build a bridge between them. She wasn't an obstacle to his dream. She was an essential part of it. That conversation was the turning point. It wasn't an instant fix, but it was a new beginning. They started communicating more, scheduling their time not just for his work, but for their relationship. She'd bring a book and sit with him while he sketched, her quiet presence a source of comfort, not a distraction. He learned to switch off, to be fully present with her when they were together. They were a team, fueled by this renewed sense of purpose and partnership. Chidi's work transformed. His designs became more thoughtful, more human. He wasn't just building structures anymore. He was creating spaces for life, for love, for community. He poured the lessons he was learning into his work. And then, the breakthrough came. A major real estate developer announced a competition to design a new, innovative mixed-use complex in the heart of Lagos. It was the project of a lifetime. Chidi threw himself into it, but this time it was different. Amaka was by his side, brainstorming ideas, offering feedback, and reminding him to breathe when the pressure mounted. His final design was bold, sustainable, and deeply inspired by the spirit of the city and its people. The day of the announcement felt like an eternity. He and Amaka stood together in a crowd of industry professionals, holding hands so tightly their knuckles were white. When his name was called as the winner, the world seemed to slow down. A wave of pure, unadulterated joy washed over him. He turned to Amaka, her face beaming with pride and happiness, and lifted her into a triumphant embrace. The final scene of their story isn't just about a building. It's about what they built together. Standing on the rooftop of his completed project, overlooking the sprawling Lagos skyline he was now a part of, Chidi held Amaka close. The city lights twinkled below, mirroring the stars above. He had his dream, and he had his love. He had learned that you don't have to choose between your greatest ambition and your greatest love. With the right person, they become one and the same. They build each other up, creating a foundation strong enough to support any dream. Thank you so much for watching our story. If it resonated with you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content that celebrates the journey of chasing your dreams. We'll see you in the next one.